Joining us now is Arkansas Governor Sarah Sanders. Sarah, everything's better now than it was ever before. I mean, what a forecast. And really, you know, the Democratic Party on the left wing, they've radicalized violence. They're against ICE. They're not helping the cops. They'll let the illegal immigrant criminals go free. Religious values out the window. They wouldn't even help, most of them wouldn't even help a good resolution honoring Charlie Kirk after his horrible murder. I mean, what you said 2 years ago is as true or more true today.
The only bonus now is that we have Donald Trump in the White House who is fighting back against some of the out of control craziness. That's made a huge difference over the last 8 or 9 months and holding the line. But as he continues to do things to right our country, they get crazier and crazier. They're putting up people like Mamdani in New York, who is actually looking like he's going to win the mayor's race, which is almost mind-blowing. Out of the things that he's saying, you would think that there would be a course correction and they would start to shift back and start to come up with good policy, good ideas, but they're not. They're getting crazier and crazier and more off the rails than they ever have been. And I think he's the perfect example. When you say things like you want to arrest Prime Minister Netanyahu if he speaks at the United Nations, when you say that you want to defund the police because they're a threat to our public safety, and these aren't like accidental quotes. These aren't slip-ups. That's his actual worldview. These are things he believes. These are things he's pushing, and people are supporting him anyway. To me, that is beyond crazy. I'm thankful we have a president in the White House that's fighting back against it, but he's definitely got his hands full with all of the things that are coming from the other side these days.
You know, up here in New York State, I didn't even know this. I just learned this. They issue driver's licenses with no names on them. It literally says no name given on the driver's license. All right. These are for commercial vehicles. Yeah, we got a picture of it on the full screen. Now, I would say that's kind of crazy. You're supposed to put your name on a driver's license. Wouldn't you say that?
I would definitely say that's the entire point, is identification so that we know that you're qualified to be behind the wheel of a car. But like I said, as they get crazier and crazier, I think it makes the case for why we need more normal, why we need people stepping up, why I'm so thankful we have Donald Trump in the White House. Larry, you better be careful. They keep getting crazier. We might have to throw your name on the ballot up there in New York, because if anybody could straighten them out, I think you could.
Well, listen, Ted Cruz was moving me to Dallas in the first segment, so I got to figure that out. But you know what? The other thing
Trust me, you don't want to go to Texas. If you're moving to the South, I know you want to come to Arkansas.
Well, I want to talk about Arkansas. So the Democrats, the whole Democratic Senate and House, voted for a $5 trillion tax increase by opposing the One Big Beautiful Bill. This is also crazy. Now, I'm told down there in Arkansas, you're actually pro-business and you've been cutting taxes. Is that possible? You know, I always talk to you about supply side.
You know, I did learn a thing or two working with you for 2.5 years. I had the privilege of learning from one of the masters when it comes to the economy, and I'm very thankful that what you taught me, we've been able to put into practice here in Arkansas. We've cut taxes not once, not twice, but 3 times in the last 2 years, knocking 20% off of our state income tax on the personal and the corporate side, returning $1 billion back into the pockets of Arkansans, going from 4.9 to 3.9. And we're not finished. We're going to keep ticking away, keep working until we can successfully phase out the state income tax in our state. And we've made great progress, and we're going to keep moving the ball down the field. I'm thankful I had a master class in economics from you, and that we're getting to see how much that makes a difference and how it's changing our state for the better.
All right, terrific stuff. Well, thank you, Governor Sarah Sanders of the great state of Arkansas. Terrific stuff. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it very much.